You are now logged into Greg Flicks. Welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every single day to help you in growing your business. And today we're going to talk about what's working right now. How are you generating buyers and sellers in today's market? There's a couple of things that are really, really working well and getting a higher response rate than we customarily see. That response rate is coming from, number one, the James letter. So many of you are familiar with the James letter. We're using tons and tons of these. It's designed, once we get a buyer that's looking in a certain area, we offer that we can find them unlisted in pre-market properties. And we utilize the James letter to go out and get those homes. And man, is it working well for us. It's working very well. We're getting high response rates. And I want you to start utilizing that within your own business. I get questions all the time, if we're sending the James letter, how many should we anticipate getting responses from? And usually what we find is the PC ratio runs about 1 per 100, sometimes 1.5 per 100. The PC ratio is a pretty close number. So the PC ratio is 1 to 1.5 responses per 100 letters mailed. So that should give you a general idea. For the agents that are sending 500, they'll get anywhere from 5 to 7 responses from sellers. Of course, you can only sell your buyer one house, which means you pick up a whole bunch of other listings. Congratulations, you got yourself 3 or 4 listings this week. So that is working very well. And another thing that's working well, and I'm actually preparing some more on this for tomorrow's big live cast. We're doing that full day training tomorrow. Hence, there will be no morning meeting tomorrow because we're meeting all day long with all the Inner Circle coaching members. The other thing that's working very well is the buyer presentation, that online buyer presentation where we talk about the perfect home finder. That version is actually called the Dream Home Finder. And man, it is working well to show them, here's the credit score you need. Here's how you should buy. Here's why you should use an agent. Here's why you should have a phone consultation with us. That video presentation is just crushing it right now because now they do need an agent. Now they are having a hard time finding a home. If they're qualified right now, there's still a shortage of inventory. So they're willing to work with us. They're willing to play ball. We can talk about how we can negotiate because it was, 100,000 over asking price. Now we can actually negotiate a little bit. And there's benefits to utilizing a buyer's agent. So that digital buyer presentation is just crushing it right now if it's customized to you and you are promoting that the right way. So we'll be talking a little bit about that tomorrow, but that's the second thing that's really working well. So as an Inner Circle coaching member, if your sole purpose here is to start selling more houses, one of the ways you're going to do that is attract more buyers, utilizing that buyer presentation. Of course, they're looking for unlisted, pre-market, unavailable homes that nobody else can get, but they are available for sale. The seller would sell those properties. That's where the James letter comes in. So all of this kind of links together like puzzle pieces, and you have a real system. And if you're implementing that system the right way and you're doing this at a high level, you're going to find more buyers coming in than you can deal with and more sellers responding than you can meet with. And that's a real good thing because you can do a lot of qualifications up front. So you only meet with the easy ones, right? The lay down clients that are real motivated, ready to go, and are willing to work with you. So we're preparing tons of stuff for tomorrow. As many of you know, we have our online success day strictly for Inner Circle coaching members. We're going to be covering the Bulletproof Listing Presentation 4.0. This is the 4th rendition of the Bulletproof Listing Presentation. What's actually working today? We're going to talk a lot about this new market, how you need to be pricing a home correctly, how to deal with the seller when you've got a price below what the recent comps were. You're not going to sell what your neighbor sold for 4 months ago. How do you deal with that? We're going to be covering that during that full Bulletproof Listing Presentation training. That's going to be soup to nuts, everything from beginning to end. We're going to be covering that. We're going to be talking about that new construction approach, generating buyers and sellers. If there's any new construction in your area, if there's 3 or 4 homes that are new construction, you can make a whole bunch of money picking up those clients, selling them regular resale properties and listing their current home. We'll be covering that. We're also going to be talking a lot about referrals. There's all kinds of stuff that we're going to be putting together for you on this full day of training. So hopefully you have reserved your time for that. You're going to be on that. You've cleared your calendar, I should say, not reserved your time, but cleared your calendar so you can be on that. Of course, I'll send a reminder link to all of our coaching members tomorrow morning as well. If for some reason you're not following this page or you haven't turned on notifications, ring the bell to let you know each time we go live. And then down in the video description here, if you're not a member for some reason, you'll get some details on how you can get some quick closings for yourself. And maybe now's the time to do it so you don't miss out on this full day seminar that we're doing tomorrow, the Online Success Day. Of course, that will be live and the recording will be loaded on the member site so you can review it as often as you want. If you're trying to pick up more buyers, you're trying to pick up more sellers, these are a couple of ways to do it. So the task for today, what I want you to do today is I want you to really review how many James letters are you sending out? Are you getting a fair number of those out? You should be doing hundreds per week. Find a way to make that happen. And then make sure you're polishing up that buyer listing presentation. If we completed that for you, make sure that it's all done. The logos are right, the phone number's right, the email's right. I know we change brokerages from time to time and that type of thing. So if you've changed brokerages, make sure you're still promoting the right stuff. We'll talk a little bit about that buyer presentation tomorrow as well on the live cast. But that's it's been kind of fallen by the wayside over the last couple of years because the market was so crazy hot. As realtors, we were like, we don't want buyers. We're writing offers and there's 50 offers on a house. Now it makes sense to get buyers, especially those higher end transactions. So again, bringing that out of the vault, time to start utilizing that again. Wash up the car, get it out of the garage, and let's show off this Ferrari. That's what we're doing with the buyer marketing now. It does make sense to get buyers, and this is a great way to do it. It is just gangbusters, crushing it right now, particularly on Facebook ads. But we'll talk a little bit about that, and I think you'll find it to be very, very helpful. So thanks so much for tuning in. We got a big, big day tomorrow. I'm working on it all day today to finalize everything, and we'll see everybody on the live cast. I'm excited to help you in growing your real estate business, get you making more money, and actually implementing the tools that bring more money to your bottom line. I'm Greg Luther, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye for now.